commercialize the nitrogen products. Right? So, it's a very, very important one. Sadi group displacement law. We are all familiar with this. In chemistry, physics, the electron transfer in organic material or any material is discovered by Marcus. It's a very, very important one. Jean Marie Len, in fact I have a personal acquaintance with him. Alright, he developed the concept called supramolecular chemistry. We are all familiar with the chemistry where there is a formation of a bond, there is a dissociation of a bond or cutting of a bond. Alright, marriage and divorce of a chemical bond, that's called the chemical reaction. The chemical reaction, that what he has is the collection of a particle, collection of a chemical system by non-covalent interactions. What is a non-covalent interactions? I will explain to you. Non-covalent interaction, alright, that's the one which holds everything together. Now I am holding you together in this particular one. This is called assembly. This is aided assembly. It is not a self-organization. I am forcing you to sit here. Meenakshi Sundaram is forcing you to sit here in the name of Inspire Camp. Otherwise you won't be sitting like this. There is no assembly like this. If you self-organize like this, then this is called a supramolecular chemistry. Accidentally, he synthesized a dye molecule, organic dye molecule. That's all. He started working. He started a factory. He made huge money. At your age, at the age of 17, he discovered the organic dye molecule. Kroto, right, Smalley, Kerr, and so on, they discovered the another allotrope of carbon. It's called the C60, Buckminster fullerene. This led to the area called the nanoscience and nanotechnology today. Actually, nanoscience and nanotechnology was stated as early as in 4th century. It is in 2003. All these things led to the development of nanoscience and technology in various fields. John Pople and subsequently last year also, they got Nobel Prize for doing chemistry in computers. In fact, my area of research is doing chemistry in computers. I won't do any reactions by taking a reaction tube or a vessel or something like that. I synthesize particles, I synthesize chemicals in a computer. Right? There is a rule, there is a theory for doing that. Another by John Pople. Another famous one, he didn't get the Nobel Prize. His contribution is phenomenal in our country. Really exciting one. Nobody talks about this. At the same time when Watson and Crick discovered double helical DNA in Chennai, sitting in Madras University, Department of Physics, he discovers the structure of the protein called collagen, collagen. It's a very, very important protein for all of us, right? I said, yaar nee romba alaga irukka appdinu sonnen, right? Enna kaaranam? Skin protein. Surya romba nalla irukka appdinu sonnen, enna kaaranam? Skin protein. Nammuடைய largest organ edu skin. The skin protein ku enna peru appdinaka collagen appdinu peru, collagen. இந்த பெண்கள்லாம் எப்படி தலையை பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காளோ அதே மாதிரி அந்த புரோட்டீன் என்ன இருக்குனாக்க ட்ரிபிள் ஹெலிக்ஸா மூணு ஹெலிக்ஸ் அப்படி காயிலா இருக்கும். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கான்செப்ட் ஆஃப் காயில்டு காயில் ஹெலிக்ஸ் அண்ட் புரோட்டீன்ஸை கண்டுபிடிச்சது ராமச்சந்திரன். He has to fight with the Rich and Crick 2D plot. Ramachandran 2D plot is very, very famous. Today, whatever the protein that we structure you determine, all that has to be within the plot. Otherwise, it is not a protein. So that's a thumb rule today. So he did very, very important work in the area, starting from 1955 to 1963. After leaving this Madras University, he went to Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, and he created Molecular Biophysics Unit, which is very active in the country today. Right? It's a very, very important department. Then SN Bose in Indian Cons, context, what he did is he came out with the Bose-Einstein statistics for the boson, Higgs boson. That Bose is this Bose here, all right. Then we have J.C. Bose, all right. He writes that's a letter. It's J.C. Bose. You understand the kind of treatment that the Indians received at that. The fundamental understanding of the bonds is due to the Linus Pauling, and he is famous for putting the concept of hydrogen bonds. He wrote a book on nature of chemical bond, and he discovered the alpha helix. It's a chemistry, right? Mouth bonds, para-dichlorobenzene is a chemistry, right? I don't want to spend time on this, right? Cloud chemistry, right? Ethylene glycol is an antifreeze, it's a chemistry, right? This is a kerosene, it's a chemistry, it's a very important catalyst. Gallic acids, these are the barks of these trees, these are made up of gallic acid, polyphenols, chemistry. Mushroom is a chemistry, right? Deni is a chemistry, denade chemistry, heparin chemistry, anticoagulant agent, right? என்னடா 5 மணிக்கு போர் அடிக்குறியே தலை வலிக்குது அப்படின்னு சொன்னாக்கா அதுக்கு ஒரு கெமிஸ்ட்ரி, ரைட்? ஹைட்ரஜன் ரொம்ப டேஞ்சர், ஹைட்ரஜன் சயனைட் இஸ் a chemistry, ஹைட்ரஜன் பெராக்சைடு கெமிஸ்ட்ரி, ரைட்? பறைக்காய் சாப்பிட்டேன்னா கெமிஸ்ட்ரி, பூசணிக்காய் சாப்பிட்டேன்னா கெமிஸ்ட்ரி, ரப்பர் பார்த்தேன்னா கெமிஸ்ட்ரி, மால்சால் முள்ளங்கி is chemistry. Any organic molecule that you look at it as a chemistry, right? Methyl isocyanate is a chemistry, famous disaster in our country. Niacin dioxide is a chemistry, right? Hair growth, right? It's a chemistry, right? Paraffin wax is a chemistry, right? This building is a chemistry. In the Vadaku chemistry, in the light chemistry, right? The போட்டிருக்கிற சட்ட chemistry, உன் காதல் இருக்கிற கம்மல் chemistry, உன் hair chemistry, அந்த அம்மா கட்டிக்கிற watch chemistry, நீ காலையில சாப்பிட்ட சாதம் chemistry, இப்ப சாப்பிட்ட வடை chemistry, right? நீ குடிச்ச டீ chemistry, உன்னை சுத்தி இருக்கிற எல்லா பொருளும் எது இருக்கு? Chemistry. You can't identify an object that doesn't have a chemistry in it. Chemistry is a central science. If you want to understand chemistry, right, you need to have laws of physics. If you want to understand the laws of physics, you need mathematics. Actually, chemistry is fundamental. யாரோ ஒருத்தங்க சொல்லிட்டு பார்க்கலாம், இங்க எதுலையுமே கெமிஸ்ட்ரி இல்லாத ஒண்ணு கிடையாது அப்படின்னு ஒண்ணு சொல்லுங்க, நான் அடுத்த தடவை அந்த லெக்சரே கொடுக்கல, ரைட்? இதோட வீட்டுக்கே போயிடுறேன், ரைட்? நீங்க எதை பார்த்தாலும் பயாலஜி கெமிஸ்ட்ரி, ரைட்? இந்த 15 நிமிஷம் படிக்கிறதுனா அது கெமிஸ்ட்ரி, உள்ள என்சைம் ரியாக்ஷன் ஆயிடுது, ரைட்? உனக்கு சாதம் டைஜஸ்ட் ஆகுதுன்னா என்னது? அது ஒரு கெமிஸ்ட்ரி. இதோ, ரைட்? விஷன், உன்னுடைய பார்வை, அது என்ன வேணாலும் பிசிக்ஸ் இருக்கலாம். நீ பார்க்கறது என்னது? போட்டோ பிசிக்ஸ் அண்ட் போட்டோ கெமிஸ்ட்ரி, ரைட்? விஷன் இஸ் a chemistry. அதுக்குள்ள கெமிஸ்ட்ரி இருக்கு. ஷிப் பேஸ் குழந்தைகள் எல்லாருக்கும் பிடிச்சது ஐஸ்கிரீம் இல்லையா? ஐஸ்கிரீம்ல எந்த கெமிஸ்ட்ரி இருக்குன்னு பாருங்க.
Hard ice cream, soft serve, custards and sherbets. But have you ever thought about how these varieties are created? Well, we talked with American University's Matt Hardens. Turns out the ice crystals in ice cream determine the consistency.
What you're doing when you make creamy ice cream is you control the size of ice crystals in your ice cream. So we're going to start off with this hexagonal shape for a growing ice crystal. As you go along, you add more and more ice to the outside of your growing crystal. Eventually we get really large ice crystals.
So the bigger the crystal gets, the harder and crunchier your ice cream gets. If you don't want a crunch in your summer treat, you want your ice crystals to be small. But how do you do that? There are two ways. First, put an emulsifier in it. Ice cream is a mixture of water and fats. These two substances naturally want to separate. If they separate, like middle school kids at dance, the water molecules will hang up on themselves on one side and will be more likely to form large crystals upon freezing due to their interactions. An emulsifier takes the water molecules and fats mix together, which put the water molecules away from each other, allowing for smaller ice crystals to form. The second way to control ice crystal formation is by changing how fast the water freezes.
If you freeze your ice crystals very quickly, very rapidly, right, you get lots of little tiny crystals like this. If you let them freeze over a long period of time, you get bigger and bigger.
Franklin's not just all sweet talk. Matt made ice cream 3 different ways. First, he made ice cream the old-fashioned way, in an ice cream maker.
So what this does is there is a heat exchanger in the middle, so we get this really cold in the freezer, and this needs to freeze over the course of the day, maybe 2 days, to get all the liquid inside of this container really cold. And what will happen is this will turn and churn our ice cream as it freezes it. And this will take about a half an hour. So obviously this is a long time. And so our ice crystals out of this preparation are going to be a little bit bigger than some of our other preparations. Another way to cool down our ice cream base is to use salt and ice. And the salt changes the freezing point of the water, so we can get lower temperatures with this bag of ice, right? With salt. Now we're going to play with liquid nitrogen. So what we want to do is pour slowly while we mix it up. So I'm mixing like I did in the dry ice for 2 reasons. One is whenever you make ice cream, you want to keep incorporating air into your ice cream. That helps with the flavor and the stability of your ice cream. But also because we want to quickly transfer the liquid nitrogen through a liquid to cool it evenly.
Sugar and fats play a crazy important role in flavored ice cream. Cold tends to numb the taste buds, so consuming ice cream dulls the sensitivity of the tongue. This is why ice cream has so much sugar in it. Try tasting melted ice cream and cold ice cream. The melted ice cream tastes significantly sweeter. As far as the fat goes, unless the ice cream is labeled as light, low fat, or non-fat, ice cream must contain at least 10% fat per mil. Korean ice cream, is really good stuff. It has up to 20% fat, which gives it a velvety, rich texture. So, we tasted the results, and that was right. The salt and ice cream was crunchiest. The ice cream maker ice cream was less crunchy, and the liquid nitrogen ice cream was incredibly creamy. Now, we're not saying you have to buy liquid nitrogen to relax in your ice cream, but at least you now know why your ice cream tastes so silky smooth. Hey,
It's an excellent video created by American Chemical Society to show the fundamental concept in ice cream making. You add what are the ingredients, you know that, right? It is a sugar and you have a milk, right, and water. Actually, ice crystal is formed from the water, right? If it forms a very small crystal, then it is a softy ice cream. If it forms a large crystal, then it forms a crunchier ice cream. So, but we always would like to have a very softy ice cream. Therefore, it has to be a rapid cooling. Right? V is a potential energy. In a conservative system, the gradient of the potential energy is force. Mass into acceleration is d square is by dt square. Therefore, solve this differential equation with the help of computer, and we'll start the calculation from 10 to the minus 15 second, right? And the additional multiply from protein, it contains a casein, it contains some fat molecules, right? So we have to put the emulsifier, then I can give you the atomistic picture of the ice formation, ice cream formation. Actually, this is only the water forming ice, right? That dynamics this. Each movement is taken from 10 to minus 15. Next slide. Next, this is a melting of ice. And I'm looking to click on it. இது பார்க்கலாங்க அப்படியே கிளியரா தெரியும் hexagonal close pack structure தெரியும் red atoms are oxygen here, white are hydrogens, and you can see that the hydrogen bonded interactions very clearly here. The hexagonal close pack structures, you will see that it's a complete sheet. It is a hydrogen bonded ice, right? Ice forms a cube. You will see atomistic structure of the cube. It is a layer now. Right, you can see the layer, ice layer here. Right. Now they make it as a cube. Yeah, now it is a cube. You can see that it is a layered ice. It forms a cubical structure. Alright, now I give temperature to this. Start looking at each motion from 10 power minus 15 seconds, and you can see that as the temperature increases, the hydrogen bond disruption takes place. Right? You will completely see that it takes a lot of time. Right? There is a very intensive computational calculation, the ice melting and ice formation process. You can see that the water molecules loses its structure, the hydrogen bonded structure, it becomes an independent water molecule. Alright, so this is the fundamental understanding here actually. Alright, this is the